Black Ops 6 Zombies so far has been really successful with its launch. A lot of people seem to be enjoying the more refined systems that have been improved upon from Cold War Zombies. The thing that people are enjoying the most with Black Ops 6, however, is the overall improved map quality, specifically with Terminus. But there is one other map on this game that seems to be getting just as much, if not more, attention recently due to its simplicity with everything that it has to offer. Liberty Falls, before the launch of Black Ops 6, was getting a ton of hate for not looking like a proper zombies map, and overall being really boring. Now that we have more time to actually play the map, I want to now give my final opinions when it comes to Liberty Falls. For this video, I'm going to be breaking down Liberty Falls into 5 different categories: map layout, mini-bosses, weapons and traps, atmosphere, and Easter eggs. I'll be giving a score 1 through 10 for each one of these categories, and at the end, I'll be giving my final score and my overall final thoughts on the map. Now, let's get into our first category. The map layout on Liberty Falls is overall very simplistic. From a bird's eye view, the map is basically just one large circle, with the church and cemetery towards the back of the map, and the normal spawn area with the gas station towards the front. The map layout reminds me a lot of Kino der Toten in a way, since both of these maps are basically just giant circles. What I do really like about this map is that you have this central area where you can exfil, grab the Wonder Fizz, and build certain stuff for the Easter egg located on top of the bank, and it connects every portion of the map with a series of zip lines so you can get to wherever you want on the map very easily. I'm going to give the map layout on Liberty Falls an 8 out of 10. It's great for people who want to camp, since you have the spot outside of Liberty Lanes with the closed door, and it's also good for training, since you have a ton of areas around spawn that are really wide open. It's a little too simplistic, but it's not supposed to have a complex layout, and that's totally fine. The map layout overall is really solid for that casual audience, and it does give a little bit to offer for the hardcore players as well. Moving into our next category, we have mini bosses, and this is where I start to have a bit of complaints when it comes to Liberty Falls, since there aren't really that many new mini bosses on the map. You have the Manglers, the Abominations, and the Vermins that could spawn on this map, which are all reused assets from other maps and other games. The Vermin were carried over from Terminus, the Abominations were carried over from Modern Warfare 3 Zombies and Forsaken from Cold War, and the Manglers have been in almost every single Zombies map since Firebase Z. The Manglers and the Vermin aren't too difficult to deal with, since they generally don't have much health and don't deal a ton of damage. The Abominations are great skill checks, since they are very similar to the Margwas from Black Ops 3, but you can also deal damage to them without them opening their mouth, which is really nice. I don't have a problem with the enemies themselves, but the big problem that I have, and most people have with the mini bosses in this game, is that there are just way too many of them spawning on the map. Overall, I'm going to give the mini bosses a 5 out of 10. They aren't original or interesting, and in the higher rounds, they can just be really annoying because they are spammed like crazy. I was playing yesterday on Liberty Falls, and there were close to 10 Manglers on a single round, which is just ridiculous. I think if they lowered the spawns of each of the enemy types, specifically the Manglers, I could enjoy them a little bit more, but as it stands right now, I'm gonna give it a 5. Now, coming into our next category, we have weapons and traps, and I'll be honest, this is probably the highlight of this map. The traps on this map are amazing. You have all the different Dark Ether field generators, which are cool traps and are utilized for the Easter egg. You also have the Aetherella trap next to Quick Revive, which is really cool and very effective. There are also multiple Easter eggs associated with these traps. Like, to do the main Easter egg, you have to use Dark Ether field generators, and there is also a little side quest that is really popular right now where you can become Aetherella, which again is just really cool. That trap in particular is definitely going to become one of the most iconic in all of Zombies. In terms of wonder weapons, we have the Jet Gun, which I was really worried about at first, but they made so many changes to this wonder weapon that it is now one of the best in modern zombies. It can suck up salvage, and it doesn't break once it's out of ammo. It also has an alternate fire type, which basically acts like a thunder gun. It's a great secondary weapon to have, and a great wonder weapon in general. I'm gonna give the traps and weapons a 10 out of 10. The traps overall are really interesting, super effective, and utilize more than just killing zombies. The jet gun has been buffed a ton and is now an incredible wonder weapon. Overall, no complaints when it comes to this category. Coming up next, we have the atmosphere. The atmosphere on Liberty Falls is arguably the weakest part of this map. You have the church at the very far back that has all the dark ether elements around it, which is cool to some extent, but not entirely, since it's an atmospheric element that we have seen in the past from Cold War to Modern Warfare 3. Other than that, there's some fire spread across the map, but overall, I don't think this is enough when it comes to the atmosphere. To make things even worse, we have the Easter egg, which I don't want to talk about too much for this category, but again, there really isn't any specific atmospheric elements that happened during this Easter egg. The map doesn't change at all, even though we were told that it would, and there would be more to this map. I'm going to give Liberty Falls a 3 out of 10 when it comes to the atmosphere. There isn't much aesthetically going on with the map, and it doesn't really have an identity. It just feels like a multiplayer map or a small portion ripped out from the campaign or Warzone. The only thing that is going for it is the church, but that's about it. I'm not too happy when it comes to the atmosphere on Liberty Falls. Now, with our final category, we have Easter eggs, and there is a lot to like here. First off, let's talk about the main quest. Overall, it's pretty simple compared to most other zombie maps. The Easter egg consists of fighting two high-value targets, one being a buffed-up Mangler, and the other being a buffed-up Abomination. Once these are defeated, you do a lockdown, where you once again have to defeat a buffed-up Mangler and a buffed-up Abomination. Now, I don't necessarily hate this Easter egg. It is very simple compared to most other maps in zombies, but I think that's a good thing. It allows for more casual players to get into the Easter egg hunts, which is always a good thing, and you also get this cool ray gun skin for completing this Easter egg as well, which is the first time ever that we got an Easter egg reward that wasn't just Perkaholic. You also have a ton of cool random side Easter eggs on this map. I honestly think it would take longer to complete every side Easter egg on this map than the main Easter egg. That's how many little secrets there are in this map. Just to name a few, you have the Aetherella side Easter egg where you become the Aetherella, the bowling side Easter egg where you can play bowling in Liberty Lanes, the vending machine at spawn you can melee with Melee Macchiato and get a ton of rewards, the yellow striped car you can destroy with the Mangler cannon and get rewards for, the free Deadshot side quest, and the head on top of the church that you can explode to get extra rewards. Overall, I'm going to give the Easter eggs a 7.5 out of 10. I think they are really good on this map, including the main quest Easter egg, but none of them are necessarily complex, and I feel like even though there's a lot of Easter eggs on this map, there is still a lot to be desired from a story and gameplay aspect. Now that we've finished all these categories, let's tally up the final score. And for the map Liberty Falls, we have a total score of 33.5 out of 50. To put to scale, any map that is higher than a 25 out of 50 is a map that I would play, and any map that is 40 out of 50 or higher is a map that I would consider to be really good. So my overall thoughts on Liberty Falls is that it is slightly above average. The strong points on this map is its layout and the weapons and traps it has to offer, while its weaker parts are the mini bosses and the overall atmosphere. If you want to just hop on and kill zombies, Liberty Falls is actually a really good map. The weapons are fun, and the map is very easy to understand and open up. Originally, coming into this game, I thought I was only going to be playing Terminus because that seemed like the most interesting of the two. But lately, I've actually found myself playing more Liberty Falls for the camo grind and for getting augments than Terminus. I like the normal gameplay loop in this game of just killing zombies, and I just find it to be more enjoyable on Liberty Falls. And that's not to say that Terminus is a bad map, it's just not as fun from a casual perspective. I think Treyarch did a really good job at offering two experiences for two different audiences, similarly to how they did back in Black Ops 3. At first, I wasn't really confident with Liberty Falls, but looking back at it now, I'm happy and almost glad that a map like this exists in this game. But yeah, if you guys did enjoy, don't forget to leave a like, subscribe, do all of that. Check the description for more zombie related videos. And yeah, I got nothing much else to say, so peace.